The glass shattered, and the bar fell silent. Conversations froze. Music faded out. Every person inside turned to stare at the young waitress, now trembling beside the counter. She was barely 21, her shirt torn open by a drunk stranger, and she stood rooted to the spot in shock. Before any of them could move, a chair scraped along the wooden floor. A tall man fully inked rose from the shadowy corner booth. His leather vest sported the unmistakable symbol of the Hells Angels. He cracked his knuckles and stepped forward, his low, dangerous voice saying, "You picked the wrong bar tonight, son, and the wrong girl. If you believe in standing up for what is right, protecting the vulnerable, and stories where courage wins, please don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more real kindness stories. Your support keeps these stories alive." The clock above the bar blinked past midnight, casting red light across Lucy's shaken face. She had worked double shifts for weeks now, saving every dollar to help her younger brother with his college tuition. She never complained even when life made things tougher than she deserved. It wasn't the safest place, this old bar in Reno, but it was the only job she could find. Most of the bikers who came in weren't bad people. Rough on the outside, sure, but they treated her with respect. Until that night, the man who just grabbed her wasn't a local. He was tall and sloppy drunk and mean. His mocking laughter cut through the room as he demanded another drink. Lucy tried to stay calm and serve him quickly, hoping he would leave, but he grabbed her wrist. Then, without warning, he ripped the top button off her shirt and sneered, "Let's see who's gonna save you now." Lucy froze in fear for a split second. The bar fell dead, silent. The man grinned, knowing no one in that room would question him. What he didn't catch on to was that 4 bikers were in the audience, their jackets bearing blazing skulls and red wings, Hell's Angels. The tallest one, Ryder, had been watching over Lucy in quiet silence for months, not out of interest, but out of something akin to brotherly protection. She reminded him of someone from his past that he wished he could have saved. He stood up slowly, and every step he took sounded like thunder. "You just made the worst mistake of your life," Ryder said calmly and steadily. The drunk man laughed. "What are you gonna do, old man?" Ryder didn't waste breath. His fist answered for him. One punch, one crash, the man hit the floor so hard, even the jukebox stuttered and went silent. Lucy's eyes welled with tears at the same time a gasp escaped her mouth, not from fear, but from the shock of having someone stand up for her for the first time in a long while. Ryder knelt beside her, removing his leather jacket and draping it over her shoulders. "Nobody touches you like that," he said in a quiet tone, "not while I am breathing." In a few minutes the police arrived. Ryder didn't argue or resist. He told them exactly what happened. The cameras had captured everything, and the officers knew it. That night changed something deep inside Lucy, something she didn't even know needed protecting. A week later, she walked into the Hells Angels garage, carrying a small paper bag. Inside was a homemade pie. Ryder chuckled when he saw her and said, "You didn't have to do that, kid." But she insisted. "I wanted to thank you," she said softly. "Not just for what you did that night, but for reminding me I am not invisible." Small smiles were exchanged between the men. They were used to being judged by their tattoos, their jackets, their pasts. But that night, they had been protectors, guardians of someone who needed strength when hers ran out. Over time, Lucy became family to the club. They started calling her Lil Angel. She brought light into their lives, organizing charity events, helping homeless veterans, and giving the bikers something to care about beyond their old chaotic routines. And Ryder found something like redemption in her kindness. The anger he had lived with for years faded. The tattoos on his arms, each marking a painful memory or mistake, started to feel like symbols of survival and loyalty. Instead, months later, the same man who had attacked her came back to town. People thought it would lead to another fight. But this time, Lucy stepped forward first. Calm, brave, unshaken. "You don't scare me anymore," she said. "Real men protect. Real strength forgives." The man couldn't even look at her. He turned and left without a word. Standing behind her was Ryder, proud but silent. He didn't need to say anything because she had fought the hardest battle, which was inside herself. As the sun began to set over the Nevada desert, Lucy stared at a line of shining motorcycles before her in the fading light and whispered, "You saved me once, Ryder." Ryder shook his head. "Number, you saved us. Because sometimes the heroes people fear the most are the ones who still believe in doing what is right. Sometimes strength isn't loud. Sometimes the moment when someone tries to break you turns into the moment you discover just how strong you really are." If this story moved you, like the video, share with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more real kindness stories. And before you go, tell us in the comments, who is the strongest person you know, and why? Your words might inspire someone who needs courage today.